And we begin with the story you'll only see here on CBS 19 News at 10 tonight. An East Texas veteran and pastor is at risk of deportation. This after taking a trip to Mexico with his family. Good evening, I'm Marangele Lopez.
And I'm Brendan Gurley. Julio Torres is being held at a Texas immigration detention center tonight. His friends and family concerned and expressing confusion as to how this could happen, considering Torres had a green card that made it legal for him to travel out of the country. Our
Jesus Martinez spoke to his family tonight and joins us now live in studio. Jesus, what's the latest?
Well, Madam Brennan, Julio Torres has been in immigration custody for 5 days now. His wife showed me the paperwork that stated he received his green card a few days before making that trip. And tonight, his wife Maria and so many in the rest community say he's left an impact on them, and now they want to bring him back home. When Julio Torres and his wife Maria went to visit family in Mexico, they didn't expect to be in this situation.
On the way back, that was a nightmare. The Homeland Security detained my husband.
On June 27th, Marine veteran Julio Torres was stripped away from the life and country he knows of. Currently sitting at an immigration detention center in Alvarado, Texas, 150 miles away from his home in Rusk.
We didn't think of anything wrong, you know. He's got his residency.
Earlier that same month, Julio received this letter along with his green card, thinking everything was squared away for the trip.
He's loved from this community and the Terrell community. I just want him back. I just want my husband back out of there. It hurts, but I know God will help us. Unfortunately, he lost his daughter, you know, and he changed. He had God in his heart, and he changed.
The family tells me Julio had a troubled past. He was a drug addict before joining the Covenant Church here in Rusk. He's actually one of the pastors at this church. And on top of that, he's also a chaplain for one of the local jails and volunteers with the local food pantry. And over these last couple of days, they've been getting so many letters of support from the community saying how good of a person he is and the impact he's left to so many here.
That Julio, it's not the same man he was many years ago.
This is one of many letters that have come in. This one, Maria's reading, is from the Rusk police chief.
Emerging as a model citizen, Julio is a military service veteran, having served 3 years and 7 months in the United States Marine Corps.
We were able to speak to Julio briefly from the detention facility.
And right now that I'm sitting here in immigration for deportation, I look at one of my hands has an American flag, the other one says United States Marines. And I'm looking at those tattoos wondering, do they even mean anything anymore?
And the scripture behind her on Julio's truck?
He treasures this truck because of the scriptures all around it.
Romans 1:16.
Here I am, send me as your messenger.
Now it's Julio, along with an army of supporters, wanting to send a message to anyone who can help.
I want to come home. I want to hold my kids. I want to be home.
We love you, Julio.
I love you guys. Thank you guys.
Now, we have reached out to elected officials on this case. We haven't heard back yet because of the time of day. We also plan on reaching out to the Department of Homeland Security to get some clarity on how Julio ended up in the detention center after receiving his green card in the mail before taking that trip to Mexico. Of course, we will continue to follow this story and bring in the very latest as we get more information.